Hi, thank you for watching and visiting TargetedWest.com. This is DJ Chris, and this is show number 60. That's right, 60 shows, part 2. Part 1 is with Karen Stewart, NSA intelligence analyst for 28 years. I've interviewed today, and she is on YouTube, bitchute, or archive.org. I'm not left or right or political. I'm not spewing out violence or anything. I'm just a man in the middle, and we are all here trying to figure out why we have this V2K telepathy or the terrorists in our heads. Today is the 21st of May, 2023. I'm in Lodi, California. It's 86 degrees right now, and we're going to be interviewing Anne from St. Louis. Now, Anne from St. Louis hasn't been with us in a while, and she's coming on tonight to be interviewed, and we're going to talk about low-income options and about being homeless as a TI. Anne, come on in. How are you?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. I wish I could be here under much better circumstances, but I'm very grateful that these targeted individual groups exist. It feels so good to be back. It's been about 9 months since I've been here, and I wanted to quickly ask, what is the policy, since it's been 9 months, about giving out the phone number? Because I'd like to give my number, if I may.
You are going to give out your phone number right now, and it's going to be on YouTube and BitChute, if you don't mind. So,
no, I don't mind. That's why I'm
here.
If
you don't mind, come on in. Yeah, go ahead and give your phone number out, please.
All right. I'm speaking up not only for myself, but the ones who are unable to speak out. And maybe I can bring some light and strength into somebody that's really struggling right now. I just want you all to know that you're not alone, and we're all here to help. All right. This is a Google Voice number. Now, this is a number that allows you to have a separate phone number. You don't have to pay for it. No equipment, no wires. And you can put it on Do Not Disturb if you feel like you're getting too many calls. All right. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. If you just want to call and say hi, or you have questions about blindness or what it's like to be a TI and blind, or V2K or homelessness, you may call or text me anytime at 314-325-2394. I'm originally from Fort Wayne, Indiana, but I moved here to St. Louis, Missouri back in April of 2014. And looking forward to being back in the TI community after a really long hiatus.
Yeah, where you ended up becoming homeless. Can you tell us briefly about that? Wait just a moment. I think we got a couple of people that wanted to make a comment. Anyone want to make a comment? Come on in. I guess not. Go ahead, Anne. So what happened? I mean, you just a typical story, gentrification of a neighborhood in the building, and now you're in a hotel. It's that quick. Targeted individuals go through this so often and end up being homeless, technically, or homeless, not even having a hotel. How does that make you feel?
Well, even though I've always known that I didn't do anything wrong on an intellectual level to cause this, I don't know. I struggle at times with the feeling like, maybe if I would have done this better, or I don't know. That's called bargaining, I think, in the world of grief and healing. I have been, according to the government, officially homeless since January 29th. It was very intense, guys. You have no idea. Because my lease was officially up on May 31st. I had to file a housing complaint with Housing and Urban Development. People need to know right here and now that if you're a tenant, you do have rights. Please do not be afraid to exercise those rights or learn about what those rights are. Don't let people bully or intimidate you. That's why I was telling DJ Chris earlier, I dug my heels in and stood my ground. I was prepared to stay right there in that apartment until they had to physically go to court and get the sheriff in there. because sometimes you have to do things you're not too happy with for your own personal health and safety. I mean, it was, even though Missouri is not known for freezing temperatures, it was not warm and beautiful out the last of March. It was still in the 40s, you know, and it was raining some nights, and it's like I was really struggling with the idea just to stay right there in that unit until he had to take me to court, because he caused this, and all it was he wanted more money a month. That's all that was. I didn't do anything wrong. I had lived in that building for 5 years. They started a harassment campaign, which was pretty aggressive way back, immediately after the 4th of July weekend of 2022. They had only owned the building for not quite a month at the time, and they started it on me to force me out. They were hoping I'd be out, you know, in a few weeks. Well, that did not happen. No, sir. I dug in my heels and immediately got on the phone to a couple of organizations dealing with legal aid and tenant law things, and they said, no, they cannot throw you out, you know, unless there's a good reason. If your lease is not technically up until March 31 of 2023, they have to honor your lease. And it's like they should have known that before they bought the building, because they were coming in there talking about eviction and everything, and just, in all my 31 years of renting, I have never experienced anything like that before. I expected that type of behavior way back in the early 90s when I first moved out on my own. I mean, this one just takes the cake, what I've had to contend with. So I had to file a HUD complaint, and I didn't know if I was going to go stay in a homeless shelter, which I hate to tell you, there's not too many of them that have openings now because of all this that's going on, or if I was going to be able to get a room down here, because I called and they said they didn't have any rooms. So I called that morning of the 29th, and they said that they did. And I got down here as soon as I could get down here. Being blind, I have to depend on people to drive me. So I took one of the van services they have for the disabled and told them I'm in an urgent situation, and if they have any cancellations, if they come pick me up earlier than 11 o'clock. So they came earlier, and about close to 10 o'clock that morning, I vacated my apartment of 5 years, a little over 5 years, and came right down here to this hotel. I don't know.
How is the hotel? Is it nice or run down?
It's not too bad. I mean, there's some logistics I'm still dealing with, but it's a roof over my head. I've lived here before. I'm just dealing with logistics right now that I shouldn't have to be dealing with. Food is getting to be a problem because I don't have a refrigerator or a microwave in here. They don't provide that, and they don't provide air conditioning either. So I'm concerned I'm not going to get an air conditioner in time, and I'm just going to swelter here all summer long until I can get help with a deposit to be able to because I found several apartments that I can afford, but they want first and last month's rent, and if I'm already paying a lot of money for this room, well then I'm not going to be able to come up with a deposit so easy. So, but I'm working with some homeless agencies about that.
Yeah, they should put you on a priority for being blind.
Well, that's the thing. You'd think so, DJ Chris, but there are so many people out the street right now because of the gentrification. It's like a new disease. I have been communicating for the last couple of 3 months with a gentleman. We have the same interests. He loves to read as much as I do. his building was going through the same thing. So him and another individual are being forced out into the street. And he's a veteran. He doesn't know what V2K is, and I did tell him. I saw his, I was doing research on Nextdoor, which is a neighborhood application, and I just put in eviction or something and found his post back at the end of February regarding how some new people came to purchase his building, and him and two other people were going to be pretty much forced out. They're not going to renew leases because they use that word renovations. My building was never renovated. So.
Well, they can throw new carpet in or a new dishwasher and call it renovated.
Well, that's right, but they didn't do any of those things.
I believe it.
Yeah, they can just slap on a coat of whitewash and say, all right, it's renovated, jack the rent up to 3 times.
Yep. Yeah, and a lot of people don't have hotels, and a lot of targeted people are in trouble. We had Derek was working with Constance on the calls, and she ended up homeless, and they did a fundraiser and got her one of those extended stay places, and she finally got her Section 8 back, but she lost her Section 8.
Oh, no. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard there was some kind of a...
And she's blind, too, with a disabled kid, so maybe there's something Derek can do for you to help you out, too. Maybe have you tried contacting him?
Well, I talked to him last night because I went to his call last night and told him I'm homeless according to the government.
Yeah, you should send him an email and see if he can help you out. That would be nice.
Yeah, because I got PayPal in that.
Good. So, no air conditioning. How hot does it get during the summer there?
Well, it can get up in the 90s, a little over 100 sometimes. It's mostly the humidity. The air conditioner, I'm not real. I don't know. I talked to an agency last week, and they said they're going to grab me one.
That would be nice.
I'm not going to hold my breath on that because there's just so many people that need them. I have a fan. I got that from a church and that. And it's just the food bill right now and just trying to get some logistical help is what I really could use some help with, to be able to get to these places where they do have because there's money out there to assist somebody, but you have to go in and meet with one of their caseworkers, fill out paperwork and all of that, and hopefully they can help you. So
someone in the chat room wants to know, are you still in the St. Louis area if they want to help you?
I am. I am still here in the St. Louis area.
And what is your PayPal? Would you be willing to give your PayPal out for people to donate?
Yes. It's
okay, let's go ahead and give that out right now. We'll see if we can help you right now.
I sure appreciate that. It's cradlingarms96@gmail.com. It's in all lowercase letters.
Say it one more time.
Cradling, I'll go ahead and spell it. CRAD as in dog, L as in Lima, I as in indigo, N November, G golf, cradling arms, A as in alpha, R Romeo, M as in Michael, S as in Sierra, 96@gmail.com.
Yeah, I will have that. Super. Whitey wants to send you a check. Would you be able to give your phone number out so Whitey can get that so she can arrange that with you?
Yeah, I can give my Google Voice number. It is 314 325-2394. We really need to come together as a TI community or any community that's struggling. I've been helping with the infant formula crisis. So anybody that's looking for Inspire infant formula, I have 6 small cans of it. I brought the cans with me because, unfortunately, I had to leave a lot of stuff in that apartment and just get to safety, because there's times, guys, when you're just going to have to forget about everything.
You lost a lot of your stuff, too? Oh, my goodness, that's sad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hey,
well, I'm glad you have a platform. I wanted you to have a platform tonight so you get some therapy and talk.
Well, I'm doing a lot better than I was. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, I knew that it was going to not end very good. And for a minute, it was just really stressful. I've been helping other people. Like I said, I've been communicating with this gentleman. He's ex-military, and he's going to be moving to his home pretty soon. He has a son that helps him and some other resources that I don't have since I'm not military. And him and a couple other people out of that building. That's what happens when the new people move in is, you know, they want more rent. If you can't afford it, well, then out you go. And, I mean, the fact that the price of groceries and everything has gone up so much. And it's like everybody's like, well, you should have saved, you know, for months.
Yeah, well, you can't save. And so what do you do for groceries to save? Do you do a lot of home cooking? You said you don't have a refrigerator, so it's kind of hard to cook.
No. Well, I do Instacart, and I live right next door to a grocery store, actually.
Well, that's one good thing. Are you able to get over there?
Well, that's what I use Instacart and DoorDash for.
Yeah, but we're going to send you a check, so you're going to be able to get that taken care of, and we'll make sure to spread it so you're not starving or hurting at all. That's just not fair. Gentrification affects targeted individuals and non-targeted individuals, especially targeted individuals, and I'll bet the V2K was having a field day, weren't they?
Oh, you know it. I mean, my Lord. You know, the weekend before I had left, because I was really stressing, guys. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought that weekend to just go find a shelter. I thought, you know, my lease is going to be up on the 31st, which was that Friday, March the 31st. And I was talking daily with Housing and Urban Development, HUD. It's actually EHOC, Equal Housing and Opportunity Council. They've been very helpful to me. I had been working with them on and off since last August because, guys, if tenants do have rights or anybody that's disabled, if anything weird is going on with your building and you feel like that you could possibly be homeless, don't wait. Please don't do that. That's how my situation was able to work out so much better. They called Inhuman Services on me 2 different times and told them a bunch of lies about me. And they thought, well, here's how we'll get rid of her. We'll call Adult Protective Services, and they'll try to put her in a nursing home again. Well, that's
downright criminal. That's disgusting. I am so sorry they did that. That is sicko. That's like when you call CPS on people's kids.
Yeah.
Because you don't like the way they looked at you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I dug in my heels. They didn't think I was going to be that tenacious. They thought I'd just curl up in a ball and just go away. And they kept asking, you know, do you have a place to go? Like they were really concerned. It's like, yes, I actually do.
Well, I have someone in the chat room that's in Kansas City asking if you have to stay in St. Louis. Is that a definite because you're working with people?
I am staying right here.
Okay, they wanted to know if you could move. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know.
And I'm talking to another TI. I'm trying to get more TIs to come to the calls and get help and advice, like I've been getting. And I said, we need to make a directory or something of housing, who's willing to help with housing, because I've known several TIs that need help with housing. My situation is not going to go on, hopefully, very much longer. I've been down here for 2 months. I'm trying to get some stuff worked out with the logistics, and then I'm going to be able to be permanently housed. And anybody that's listening, I have referral codes for DoorDash and Instacart. So if you're out there, and just don't be afraid to call places a whole bunch of times to find out anybody that does have to go to a shelter, because I have lived in a homeless shelter before, but that hasn't been since 2014. Any questions about that, you're free to go ahead and ask me about that. But on a really positive note, I have been getting rid of a lot of stuff out of the apartment since last July, so I had blessed a lot of people, because it's not going to end good for a lot of people. They're unfortunately going to be sleeping in a park tonight with their children. There's a lot of families with children out here in the street, because the shelters are just full enough. They don't have any room for you. I'm sorry, but you have to just try to do whatever you can do. So, and I brought the baby formula with me to barter with, because I'd like to see that part of the economy come back, where if you change somebody's battery in their car or something, then they'll give you some groceries or some clothes that they have, like in the old days.
Yeah, like the old days, which doesn't exist anymore.
No, unfortunately, it does not.
It's dog eat dog now.
Yes, it is. Well, that's why I called some different places right in the beginning of the property manager harassing me.
Good.
And,
Good that you addressed it.
I've always been very proactive and everything. Now, a lot of people would say, well, the other people in your flat, if they moved out at the same timeline you moved out, then that's probably your perpetrators that are using direct energy weapons on you. I really don't agree with that. I think they're targeted also.
Good. Well, we're listening to Ann in St. Louis, and we're interviewing her today on TargetedWest.com. If you're watching on BitChute, YouTube, or archive.org, make a comment, like, and subscribe. Ann is in St. Louis. She had her own place and ended up being homeless. She's a targeted individual who gets V2K. So, and homelessness and being targeted with V2K is synonymous. People get asset stripped like she did, and they end up in a hotel or worse. Go ahead and continue, Ann.
That's right. So if anybody's listening tonight, please hang in there. Know that there's different resources. I love helping find resources for people. I've lived on a low income for over 30 years, and we got to come together and work harder and stronger as a community to combat gentrification, homelessness, anything we're dealing with. There's lots and lots of resources out there.
Does anybody have any comments for Ann in St. Louis? Come on in. Comments on TargetedWest.com. Go ahead.
Well, I'll just say hello
Ann,
to Ann.
how long?
Go ahead.
You can. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Hi, Ann. It's Laura from Colorado. I just wanted to say hello and thinking about you, and thank you so much for coming on tonight.
You're most welcome. It's great to hear from you as well. I copied down your number for your call in a little while, and got to get some networking done, and I look forward to helping in any way that I can. I'm just taking it day by day, trying to keep my head up, and I'm still the V2K warrior of St. Louis, Missouri that refuses to back down. So there you go.
I love you, girl.
Yes. Community love.
Yeah, and how long did it take before you realized you're a targeted individual after it started happening?
That is an excellent question. During my childhood, my family didn't have a lot of money, so there were times we were almost homeless then too. But it's just different events kind of made me wonder, wow. I didn't know the words V2K, microwave weapon, targeted individual, anything like that. I just noticed some events that were happening in my family. It's like, wow, we're not standing under a lucky star,
just
are
a
we?
quick note. Frank Allen's in the call. Ladies and gentlemen, take a moment to say hi to Frank.
Hello, Frank. Good evening. How are you? It's been a while.
Oh, I'm
yeah, come on in, Frank.
Good. Come on up.
Yep, I'm talking to you by iPhone tonight, and I'm looking forward to both shows, Chris's show and Laura's show, and I'll probably go to sleep to you guys, but that don't take that the wrong way. I'm here to listen.
Yeah, and we have Ann Toledo from Targeted Justice here too. Anna Toledo, are you on the call? Go ahead and hit *6 and come on, please.
Is she your guest tonight?
Actually, I had Karen Stewart earlier and posted it, but Anna tried to get on that call and couldn't get through. So we're trying to get her on the mic now.
Oh, okay. I see.
Does anybody have any questions for Ann in St. Louis? So, yeah. Ann, you're working with... Oh, go ahead.
Where have you been?
I have been dealing with some very serious gentrification. I mean, these are the most aggressive property managers I've ever had to deal with. And they started in on me like literally right after the 4th of July weekend was through, and they didn't let up for like months and months. I thought they were going to throw me out of the apartment. They called Adult Protective Services, telling them a bunch of lies about me, telling them I wanted out of my lease. I never said anything like that. And they filed 2 different bogus reports on me. So it's like, okay, I got people I can call too, buddy. And if you do background checks on the property manager and the owner, they have criminal records. So, and there was just a lot of stuff that was going on that I don't know. Expected, But you've all been in my thoughts, and no matter what happens, I mean, there's safety in numbers, and together we can get things done. I can't thank you enough.
Absolutely, and with Frank Allen and me, you will done.
Yes, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be interviewed tonight and allow me to tell my story. We all have a story out here. And I hope that my story is given somebody strength.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's given
somebody strength. Is this Katie? Is this Katie?
No, this is Anna. This is Anna.
Oh, Anna Toledo, come on in. How are you?
Hello.
Thank you for coming in. And we're just interviewing Ann. Ann in St. Louis. Meet Anna Toledo, the attorney for Targeted Justice. Come on in.
Hello there.
Yes. I commend you, Ann. I've been listening to you, and I was thinking it is, you know, stories like you that keep me going in this fight because of the injustice and the outright, you know, sheer evil that the people that run this program have within their hearts. And so I really commend you. It's been wonderful. I mean, it's terrible to hear what they've done to you, but at the same right, it's wonderful to hear you say, you know, you're not going to give up, and you're not.
No.
And because that's what we are. We are failed experiments. They thought they could defeat us, and they can't. So I wanted to commend you on that. And I just wanted to, you know, pop in for a little while. I don't want to interrupt your presentation, but I just wanted to pop in for a little while and thank everybody that has been supporting us. You know, not just the people that obviously, as I say, you know, you don't have to support financially. It's the community support. Yeah, we, you know, definitely need the financial thing, but it's also the community support and for people that can see through that we are giving our heart, our soul to this endeavor, and it's a real meaningful opportunity to be free. And so I'm going to let you finish your presentation, and then DJ Chris, I just want to tell you that probably the government criminals are trying to either mute me or you know, make me so I can't get through. Okay, because I was there all along.
Oh my God! Yeah, they probably are hacking your phone, definitely. But you got through anyway, so ha-ha on them.
Yeah, the electronic harassment is part of it.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter how many are. It doesn't matter we're in court. It doesn't matter how many articles have come out about the illegal use of FISA on American citizens. They continue doing it without any, you know, with absolute impunity. So, you know, we're going to be taking measures regarding that, but it's like you say, you know, we never give up. If we cannot go through this way, we go this other way.
I agree.
Can't thank you enough for fighting for all of us targeted individuals today and for always. Keep up the excellent work that you're doing. Because if we come together and stand together, we're going to shake this whole thing down.
Well, we already have, and that's why they are being more gruesome with everybody. Since the filing of the complaint, they have been, it seems like in a race to use up all their hatred, you know, if that's possible, because the attacks on TIs have spiked. And I believe that coupled with, you know, what happened, many of you may have seen what happened this week in Congress, where whistleblowers, even though they're not talking about targeted individuals per se, they are talking how the FBI has financial incentives, the you know, field officers to put people as domestic terrorists that don't meet the criteria. And that's really good for us because they're proving our case without us even having gone to court to argue it. And for that, I really believe in the synergy of God and that, yeah, you have to work hard, you have to study, you have to prepare, you have to do your job, but then there is such a thing as grace, as the grace of God that favors the truth and the justice and the good people that are fighting this fight. So, and I wanted to thank DJ Chris, especially because I know there's people going around trying to, you know, since the get-go of this case, trying to disparage me and Targeted Justice, and I loved it because he stood up to somebody who was trying to do just that. And from a constitutional and legal you know, position, I for any naysayer, I only have to say, just tell me what court in the United States is going to conclude that it is okay, perfectly legal and constitutional to have non-terrorists in a terrorist database. admitted by them, because it's repeat, 80% of the complaints are cut and paste from official government documents, judicial documents, Inspector General reports. I didn't make that up. All I did was read and put it together. But most of the information in the Second Amended complaint cannot be denied by the FBI because it comes from the Department of Justice and from depositions and sworn testimony. So that's why when naysayers go, oh, how do you know? Well, the thing is that most of my complaints, the government cannot deny because it comes from their sources, from their official documents. That's why I am so confident that we're going to prevail, whether at a district court level or a circuit court or a Supreme Court. I have been to the circuit of the First Circuit, and I have won cases there. I have argued case, a very important case, citizen suit case there, and won. And I know how to do it, and I'm not afraid because the law is on our side. Okay, so when people that don't even have, they never studied law and don't know the law, are going around trying to put down the hard work and efforts that we're doing, well, you have to wonder, why are those people doing that? Where are they coming from? And it's certainly not from a place of wanting to end the targeting of individuals. So,
I'm very protective of your lawsuit.
Thank you. I really want to thank you because you know what? It's my lawsuit, but it's not mine. It's 6 million people. And even though it's not a class action lawsuit, I want you all to know that it is my commitment that I'm not going to leave anybody behind, not even the woman from Malaysia that is writing to us about her targeted son. Okay, I am not going. This is the first case among many that will have to be presented, but I am not going to give up until the son of that woman from Malaysia is free from targeting, even though I don't know her. Okay, so if you have, so I can take a couple of questions. I'm working, but I can take a couple of questions if you have any.
Yes, please. If anybody has a question, please ask Anna right now. We have open mic now, so you can come on in.
I just have
Hello. Hello.
And the good thing about a case like this is that at the end, the court records available, which is just more evidence.
Well, my goal is, when we get access to the TSCB, it's going to be, 97% of the people in that list are supposed to be non-investigative subjects, which means are people that have no ties to terrorism, and that is the roster of the targeted program. Although I believe also probably that people in Heaven Go too, which are the suspected terrorists, the actual suspected terrorists, they also get microwaved and gang stalked, and they're also targeted. But the important thing is that once we accomplish the declaration from the court that this is an illegal list and that has to be eliminated, things are going to unravel. This is a huge monster. In order to dismantle it, it's not going to be the next day. It's going to take a while for this horrible, atrocious thing to get dismantled. And it might take 2 more lawsuits to end, the entire thing. And that's what we're committed to do. We're committed, if God gives me the health to do so, I'm committed to continue until the very last targeted individual is set free. Okay? So it will set the precedent. One of the things that I want to do after this case, at least when the damages phase is ongoing, I can start doing like Zoom calls for attorneys in the 50 states and everywhere to explain to them how this worked, so that they can file their own cases on behalf of TIs in their own states. Because I know this language for us is very common, very usual, because we've been in this for years now. But for somebody who doesn't even know about targeting, well, I'm going to be available to do, and I'll probably seek people in the community to organize these, and just free of charge, give attorneys the tools to file complaints on behalf of 10, 15, 20 TIs at the same time. Okay, so that, and again, that's why I emphasize the importance of journaling, because your memory is not as good as when you have a journal where you wrote, how last night at 3 a.m. they woke me up, and I tried this and that, and I had this horrible pain here. And so, with the defense mechanism that we have is that we tend to forget the bad things. So when you journal, it's a good way, and especially with electronic hacking, doing screenshots and journaling, it's a good way to preserve those memories that you will need, because you will need them when we are set free. I believe that there will be an avalanche of attorneys that will be wanting to file lawsuits. It is my hope on behalf of targeted individuals. It is my hope and that's how I envision it, because there's around 400,000 of them in the United States, even though we estimate that only those in category 3, which are all of us in this call, for example, know about it. There's a lot of people that are targeted and they don't realize it. They wake up in the morning and the body is stiff, and maybe, a few things happen here and there. But since they are not aware of the targeted individual program, they don't know that that's what could be happening to them. They attribute it to age, or they attribute it to something else. So it's going to be, all of a sudden people are going to wake up and maybe they will no longer have physical ailments and say, how did this happen? And that's when when we can shut down the do, which is, the most with the do also comes the B2K, the most damaging and terrible aspect of this.
What if someone say a person was listed for a long time and it has caused all types of damage in their life, their career, their reputation? And let's say, for example, their name got removed at some point. Obviously, they don't know. But let's say, for whatever reason, they come to discover that their name was there. Does that person still have recourse for the things that were done?
Well, I believe, first of all, whoever tells you that can take your name out of there is scamming you. Don't pay anybody for that, because it's a scam. But the Federal Register demands that they keep these lists for 99 years, the paper list. So I believe in many states, at least in Puerto Rico and in Texas, your statute of limitation doesn't start to run until you discover your cause of action. Okay, this whole litigation is gonna create a whole new body of norms and rules and precedents. But if the person, since the FBI has kept from people the information, well, they cannot say, oh, it's the statute of limitations expired, because they were the ones that kept the information secret, so you would never find it out.
Right.
And so they are stopped from saying, oh, no, they had to find out. In fact, there's a case called an MK Ultra case, Orlico versus the United States, where the court resaw in D.C. Circuit decided just that. They said, you cannot say that the statute of limitations expired if you were hiding the information and these people had no means of discovering it.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering.
Yes. Yeah, that case, you can look it up. It's called Orlico, ORLIKOW versus United States, and it's a DC Circuit, and it's an MK Ultra case. So, I anticipate, even with the plaintiffs now, they'll probably try to do that, but when it's also a continuous and uninterrupted damage occurring, which at least in Puerto Rico, when it's continuous and uninterrupted, as is the case of many targeted individuals, well, you have to check in your jurisdiction. But at least in Puerto Rico, I know that it doesn't start to run, the statute of limitations, until the conduct stops. Okay, so it's it depends because this would probably go under the state statutes for torts.
Very good. Did someone just a quick question? Did someone? I heard a lady had a question. Was there someone else besides the gentleman that had a quick question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, come on in.
Hi, it's Katie Peterson. Hi, Anna. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great. I have such trouble getting through to DJ Chris, and I just wanted to let you know I'm flying out to Miami tomorrow, and I'm meeting with Dr. Michael Hoffer on Wednesday. He's having a doctor's appointment with me, so that will help Texas for evidence. And Derek Robinson has asked me to record my travels and everything that happens at the doctor's office. So I wanted to also thank you for everything you do. I didn't get to hear Karen today, so if Karen's out there, I love you very much, and thank you for everything you do. I just think you're a superstar. I was working, so I wasn't able to tune in, but I wanted to share that I'm going through, and I had to get very creative and think out of the box.
Karen Stewart's on record. I put her on YouTube for you, so I'll send it to you, Katie, in the morning.
Okay. So I just wanted to share that, so hopefully the results will be good and can help us for targeted justice and anybody that's going through that. We had to think out of the box very carefully so that, which I can share with you how it's done, Anna, to help others. Since there's been a lot of hoopla about Dr. Hoffer and people in the government are trying to intimidate him on seeing us, but there is a way to do it. So that's it.
Good luck to you. That's great that so many people want to be able to have an appointment with him. Good for you.
Yeah, and please tell Richard I said hello the next time you chat with him. Okay, I'll put myself back on mute. Okay, talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Katie. Did someone else have any questions for Anna Toledo or Ann in St. Louis? Okay, well, we have an open mic now, and it's time to discuss this week's TI Book Club book, and that is Pastor Carl, and he's from the Windsong Ministries, and the book we're reading right now in the TI Book Club is Own the Moment, How to Live a Spiritual Life in a Secular World. That's what we're reading now in the TI Book Club. The Guitar Center has a Blue Mouse microphone available. This is a large diaphragm mic that Dr. Kilday mentioned can pick up B2K. So if anyone's interested in buying that used version or renting it, you could probably hook it up and get some action going. Anyway, this is call number 60. This is DJ Chris. If you're watching on YouTube or BitChute or Archive, thank you for watching. Please subscribe or like or comment on the video. It's open mic. Anybody want to talk? Anna or Ann, come on in.
No, I'm gonna say good night because I have to work like real hard. But I want to thank you for being so gracious and just at such a last minute thing, having me here to spread the word of what we're doing. And I really commend you. You're admirable, and I just having survived. You make me very humble. You make me very humble because wow, what you've gone through. I have to say I admire you, your strength and your fortitude. Keep it up.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had V2K for 21 years, and Ann in St. Louis has had V2K for quite a long time, and we're the the V2K warriors. Thank you, Anna Toledo.
Yeah. Well, I admire. I admire all the V2K survivors because I don't have it, but I really desire and hope for the day where you can all wake up and hear silence, and be able to hear silence. That's going to be so beautiful and priceless and precious. And I really like helping others. That's why I say I am grateful to God, even though I've suffered so much, to have placed me in this position to help so many people. So I just know, I know you didn't need the assurance, but I like to give it, that we are fighting tooth and nail for everyone, not just those 18 plaintiffs. And those 18 plaintiffs are suffering a lot, just like many of you, because their attacks have increased. So I want everybody to know why we needed, just 18 plaintiffs is because I'm a state practitioner and I do everything. I do notarial work, I do paralegal work, and I do attorney work. So, and messenger and the whole thing. But having those 18 persons was what's going to guarantee that the case, wouldn't be dismissed for lack of standing, because they're real people. Targeted Justice has standing, and they have standing. But I was just playing it safe, and now, many of them, have gone through more intense, either gang stalking or do attacks because they are plaintiffs. So they are also heroes in this, and just as all of us. Melanie from Brussels, from Ecuador, told me, and I love to share this because it's the one thing I love to be a failure at is a failed experiment. I congratulate you all for being failed experiments, because that's what we are, and we're going, and together we're going to end this. Together we are going to send them to get new jobs. That's my hope.
Thank you for that, Anna. And I hear Goji's in the call. Goji, would you like to speak and say a few words before we stop the recording for the night?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DJ Chris, for the opportunity. It's a pleasure to be here. This is my first time on your call. So I was saying I'll just listen this time, but like Anna, I would like to commend you for all that you've done and are doing, just enduring this program, as it's called, this experimentation, and then being a leader in this community is commendable. And so I commend you. Hats off to you as well, Frank Allen. I've been on, I've heard your call as well a few times, and so thank you both. It's good to be here, and always good to be in the presence of I call her with the spirit of David, Anna, coming up against this giant, because nobody wanted to take on that task. So many people backed away, and we certainly understand how much of a big task it is, but we're so grateful because right now it is our beacon of hope. And so thank you for what you're doing, both of you, each of you, and Tranquility as well, your silent partner, and everyone that's here. Thank you for pushing past your pain to be here, present, looking to learn, seeking information and support and encouragement. So thank you for this forum, and sorry that I'm so lengthy, but thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Goji, and we'll have you on Frank's call soon. You could interview with Frank, so we'll go ahead and handle that for you.
Oh, all right, great. And I'm looking forward to our moderators meeting as well.
Yes, that'll be June 4th for everybody. It's open to everyone, and it'll be recorded for transparency. All moderators are invited, and I hear something in my headphones coming from somewhere, but that's okay. It's open mic. We'll see if they want to talk next. Thank you, Goji. TargetedWest.com, okay. Open mic. Come on in.
Hi, Chris. I just came in. Is the moderator call going to be on your call?
Yes, it will. It'll be a moderator meeting, and I emailed every moderator, including Chief Damon Jones and Derek and Frank and James and you name it, and Goji and everybody. So they'll be June 4th at 6 p.m. here. Yes.
Oh, awesome! Great. Did you get Liz too, Elizabeth?
Elizabeth is invited to the call, but I don't know if she's doing any calls, but she's invited for sure.
Oh, great. Awesome. Yeah, because she still does calls.
Samia's invited, and everybody's invited.
Awesome.
And it's just going to be meet and greet, no serious discussions, just meet and greet, and that's it. And if you want to know more, it's on tievents.org, where you can go now to find out about Elizabeth. Elizabeth does have after-hour calls, but tonight is Laura. So after my call, which is another hour, you'll be switching, all of us will be switching over to Laura's channel, and that's voice, the number 2, heart, voice to heart. She's after me, and she's in Colorado, which is 9 p.m. Mountain Time, and she'll go for an hour or two, and it's open mic there.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Steve in New Orleans, is that you? Conference call wouldn't be a conference call without Steve. No, I was getting shy on me. Okay, it's open mic, and we have 2 more minutes on the recording. This recording will go on YouTube, BitChute, and archive.org, so you'll all be recorded and for posterity, and you can download it and share it with your friends.
Chris?
Come on
Hello?
in. Hi.
Yeah, Chris, where this is Connie from LA. Where can we hear Karen's interview with you? Where is it going to be present?
It'll be on YouTube, BitChute, and archive.org, and it'll be on tievents.org. So go to TI Events, and you'll definitely find it there.
I can't get through to that. Is there any other way to get the info?
If you send me an email to DJ Chris at targetedwest.com, I can send you the video.
Oh, okay. TJ Chris.
It's DJ Chris at targetedwest.com, and I'll send you the video.
Okay, great. Targeted West. You can't just put it on YouTube?
It is on YouTube.
Under what heading?
Targeted West Show. Just go
okay.
Yeah, Targeted West Show is the handle, and you'll find us there. We have about 60 videos on YouTube now.
Oh, great. Okay, then I can get it there. Okay,
Absolutely.
great. Thank you,
Yeah.
Chris.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much.
Thank you, Connie.
So
Thank you.
So your show actually starts at 5:30. That's why I missed Karen. I didn't know it started at 5:30.
This call starts at 6, but I had her on at 3 because it's late where she's at.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, hon. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for making this recording good. I'm going to turn the recording off and let you guys have open mic. Thank you for watching this video on your preferred platform. I'll be back next week for more fun and information. Thank you.